Charles Omenihu, star defensive end for the Kansas City Chiefs, faces misdemeanor domestic violence charges. His case is just the tip of the iceberg in a team plagued by legal troubles. From drug possessions to assault allegations, the Chiefs roster reads like a police blotter. But are these troubled players a risk to the team's success, or part of a genius strategy to acquire top talent at a discount? To find answers, you might want to first look into the Chiefs' rap sheet. The Kansas City Chiefs' legal troubles from 2019 to 2024 read like a crime blotter. What started as minor infractions quickly escalated into more serious offenses, painting a troubling picture of the team's off-field conduct. In 2020, the Chiefs faced their first wave of legal issues. Rashid Rice was arrested on multiple charges, including resisting arrest and drug possession. The following year, Frank Clark found himself in hot water, arrested twice for possession of an illegal firearm. Clark later pleaded no contest to misdemeanor gun charges, receiving probation and community service. The situation worsened in 2021 when Brit Reid, son of head coach Andy Reid and an assistant coach for the team, pleaded guilty to driving while intoxicated. The incident resulted in a car accident that seriously injured a child, casting a shadow over the Chiefs organization. 2022 brought more turmoil. Willie Gay Jr. was arrested for misdemeanor criminal property damage during a domestic disturbance. Chris Lemons faced indictment for alleged involvement in a battery case at a Las Vegas nightclub. The team's reputation took hit after hit. As the legal issues mounted, team officials remained tight-lipped. However, head coach Andy Reid did address the media following Brit Reid's incident, stating, "My heart goes out to that young lady. I'm also a dad, so I get that. I have concerns obviously on both sides." The Chiefs' troubles didn't end there. In 2024, wide receiver Rashid Rice faced allegations related to a nightclub assault and a car accident. Charles Omenihu's misdemeanor domestic violence charge added to the growing list of players embroiled in legal issues. By the end of this tumultuous period, at least 10 Chiefs players had faced legal troubles ranging from marijuana possession to violent crimes. The sheer number of incidents raised serious questions about the team's culture and player vetting process. As the Chiefs grappled with these mounting legal problems, a pattern began to emerge. The organization seemed to have a strategy for handling troubled players, one that would prove both controversial and potentially game-changing for the team's on-field success. While other NFL teams shied away from players with checkered pasts, the Chiefs seemed to embrace them. The high-stakes gamble left many wondering, could a team full of second chances actually lead to first-place finishes? The Chiefs front office had developed a controversial strategy of buying low on talented players with legal issues or character concerns. This approach aimed to acquire top-tier talent at discounted rates, betting that the organization could provide the structure and support needed to keep these players on track. NFL analysts were divided on the merits of this strategy. Some praised the Chiefs for their willingness to give players second chances, arguing that it could lead to high rewards on the field. Others voiced concerns about the potential risks to team reputation and overall player stability. The debate raged on sports talk shows and in newspaper columns, with passionate arguments on both sides. The Chiefs roster during this period reflected their willingness to take chances. They signed players like Frank Clark, who had a history of legal troubles, and drafted others with known character concerns. The team's coaching staff and veteran leaders were tasked with integrating these players into the locker room and maintaining a positive team culture. On the field, the results were undeniable. The Chiefs consistently made playoff appearances from 2019 to 2024, racking up impressive win-loss records. Many of the players they'd taken chances on became key contributors to their success. Frank Clark, despite his off-field issues, played a crucial role in the team's pass rush. Travis Kelce, who'd been kicked off his college team for marijuana use, developed into one of the NFL's premier tight ends. As the Chiefs continued to win, the controversy surrounding their player acquisition strategy only intensified. Fans found themselves torn between celebrating the team's on-field success and grappling with the ethical implications of their approach. The organization's ability to navigate this complex terrain became a fascination for sports media and NFL front offices alike. The Chiefs' gamble on troubled players had paid off in terms of wins and losses, but it came at a cost. As the team's success grew, so did the scrutiny of their players' behavior. The most serious allegations against Chiefs players were yet to come, threatening to overshadow their on-field achievements and challenge the wisdom of their controversial strategy. As the Kansas City Chiefs dealt with a wide range of offenses, from misdemeanors to felonies, they had to think about this question. People were surprised by the marijuana possession charges, but it was the more serious charges that could ruin careers and hurt the team's reputation. Brit Reid was in the middle of the trouble. He's the son of head coach Andy Reid and used to work as an assistant coach for the Chiefs. In 2021, Reid was drunk and caused an accident that hurt a 5-year-old girl named Ariel Young very badly. The event shocked the organization and the rest of the NFL community. Reid took a plea deal for driving while drunk. He could have gotten up to 7 years in prison for this crime. The Brit Reid case stood out, not only because of how it affected the law, but also because of how it affected little Ariel Young. The girl was badly hurt in the accident and will have problems for the rest of her life. The media focused on the terrible effects, especially how they made Ariel and her family feel. Players and staff across the league learned a lesson from what happened. Even though Frank Clark's case wasn't as bad, it still got a lot of attention. The defensive end was arrested in 2021 for illegally having a gun, and he pleaded not guilty to misdemeanor charges. Clark was put on probation and had to do community service. This was typical of how the NFL handles legal issues in general. The public and the team's morale were both deeply affected by these high-profile cases. The Chiefs organization came under more scrutiny, and questions were raised about how committed they were to player conduct and accountability. Fans and critics alike argued about the team's culture and how well it handled players who were having problems. As the court case went on, the Chiefs were at a loss for what to do. The most serious charges against their players were now public, calling their controversial strategy into question. The team now had the difficult job of dealing with these problems while still doing well on the field. The outcome of these high-profile cases would have an effect on not only the people involved, but also the Chiefs organization in the future. The whole NFL world kept a close eye on the situation. What would happen if the team and the league didn't respond to these serious accusations? The organization's history was shaped by the Kareem Hunt case. In 2018, a video came out that showed Hunt getting into a fight with a woman. The Chiefs didn't waste any time and released the star running back right away. This quick action made it clear. Some actions could not be fixed, not even by skilled players. While Hunt was suspended, his career took a hit, but he eventually signed with the Cleveland Browns. Travis Kelce's story, on the other hand, showed that people can change. Kelce was kicked off the Cincinnati football team in college for using marijuana, and it looked like he might not play in the NFL again. The Chiefs took a chance on him, and Kelce made the most of it. He improved and became one of the best tight ends in the league. He was an important part of the Chiefs' offense and a fan favorite. It looked like the team dealt with player behavior on a case-by-case basis. They cut ties with Hunt, but they stood by Frank Clark even though he was in trouble with the law. This complex strategy made both fans and critics wonder what the criteria are for second chances. The Chiefs' decisions seemed to be based on how bad the offense was, how important the player was to the team, and how willing they were to change. The situation with Isaiah Buggs showed how dangerous these chances are. Buggs was facing several legal problems, such as accusations of animal cruelty and domestic violence, and he was in danger of being released, which eventually came to happen. His case showed that the organization did not always back all of its players the same way, especially when the charges were very serious. As word of these decisions spread on social media, people had a lot of different opinions. Some fans praised the Chiefs for giving players like Kelce a second chance. Others were upset and worried about the team's decisions, especially when it came to cases involving violence or serious crimes. The heated argument showed how complicated feelings are about second chances in professional sports. The Chiefs' strategy had some good and some bad results. Some players like Kelce turned their lives around and became important to the team's success. For others, though, the consequences ended their careers. One thing became clear as the organization walked through the minefield of public opinion and on-field performance. There was no black and white in the NFL when it came to talent, character, and second chances. The Chiefs took a chance on troubled players, and the results were mixed. This made the NFL think hard about the balance between talent and character. Some NFL players, like Travis Kelce, turned their careers around and became stars. Others, on the other hand, had bad luck that ended their NFL dreams. Kansas City had both success and controversy with this plan. As the league tries to solve these problems, more and more people are calling for stricter rules and more accountability. Recent events involving players like Isaiah Buggs and Rashid Rice have brought up questions about how players should act and how teams should work together. The Chiefs' strategy showed how complicated it is for professional football when law, sport, and morality all come together. In the end, the NFL and its teams have to find a fine line between giving second chances and upholding the rules of the game. It's not easy to be talented, get back on track, and win in professional sports, as the Chiefs experiment showed. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications for all of our NFL backstories. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.